Welcome to Day 10. Last time, on Day 9, you made a list of your casinos along with their gaming jurisdictions. These gaming control commissions were established to protect and help you, and to get their fair share of income taxes from casino revenue. But even then, that income tax revenue goes towards supporting the state government in many ways, which ultimately also supports you in a greater or lesser degree. For slot machine players as well as other law-abiding gamblers, state gaming regulations are a simple fact of life, whether known to exist to most people or not. State gaming commissions work hard to ensure the protection of its state residents from the dangers of gambling. The gaming industry is highly regulated. Negative publicity surrounding the gaming industry could lead to increased gaming regulation. For example, if a perception develops that the gaming industry is failing to adequately address concerns over problem gambling, the resulting political pressure may result in gaming being subject to increased regulation. The popularity and acceptance of gaming sways with prevailing social mores, and changes could result in a reduced acceptance of gaming as a leisure activity. Such an increase in regulation could adversely impact results of operations and financial condition of gaming companies as well as casino operators. Gaming companies and casino operators depend on the appeal of its gaming offerings to their customers and players, as well as the general acceptance of gaming. If the popularity of gaming declines for whatever reason, the financial condition and results of operations for gaming companies and casino operators may be, to use an interesting financial term, adversely affected. Gaming regulations in the jurisdictions in which gaming companies operate are by statute and administered by a regulatory agency with broad authority to interpret gaming regulations and to regulate gaming activities. State law regulates gaming in the United States and typically prohibits gaming if it's not regulated. Each state's gaming commission is slightly different, although they often model themselves after the gaming laws of the state of Nevada. While regulatory requirements vary among jurisdictions, a majority requires licenses, permits, or findings of suitability for each gaming company. In some jurisdictions, major stockholders, directors, officers, and key employees are subject to lengthy background investigations that may require extensive personal and financial disclosures. State gaming commissions have a regulatory review process and licensing requirements which may limit the use of technologies owned and developed by those unwilling to subject themselves to regulatory review or do not meet regulatory requirements. This means that company officers and key employees receive rigorous background checks to determine if they are of good moral character. In the last few years, you may have heard of the heads of some casino operators when being involved in scandals resulting in their swift termination by the board of directors. Such a potential loss of state gaming licenses would effectively ruin the company overnight and is why the board took such swift action every time. Otherwise, casino operators need to obtain approval within each gaming jurisdiction to use new product hardware, software, and online gaming products. Gaming hardware and software is approved either by a gaming authority laboratory or private laboratory authorized by the gaming authority. Such approvals may require a license from the jurisdiction, which may place a limit on the amount of space allocated or limit the amount of new product made available. Substantial changes to these state gaming regulations can adversely affect its gaming industry. Sometimes these state gaming regulations include what seems to be of most interest to slots enthusiasts such as yourself. Published statistics for returns from both slot machines and table games, or an overall payout percentage for each casino, or, at worst, no return statistics are publicly available. 6 U.S. states provide return statistics by slot machine denomination. The only states providing this high level of returns are Colorado, Connecticut, Louisiana, Mississippi, Nevada, and South Dakota. Other states provide less. Because state-run gaming commissions are not identical, I've created an online resource reviewing slot machine casino gambling in each state, territory, and the federal district. I review these 56 gaming jurisdictions, whether they have slots gambling now or not, one by one weekly for 56 weeks. As I record this, I'm nearly halfway through the 4th time through all of them over the last 4 years. These free articles are available at ProfessorSlots.com, followed by its 2-letter postal designation. For example, my Ohio Slots article is available at ProfessorSlots.com/OH. You can also find a link to a summary article for all 56 articles in the resources section of today's lesson. Each article has several sections, one of which is on payout returns, where you can find out if and where your gaming jurisdiction has any theoretical payout limits, as well as any publicly available return statistics. Every gaming gaming jurisdiction is different, but let's find out what gaming control boards might offer, which could potentially help you win at slots, depending on what they offer, by clicking on the Continue button below.